That's how it's supposed to be. Then the young boys like Waneri and other ones coming up, or can now be there in case there is injury. They still have to play Jesus, to play for either of. Just have those options. That's what Liverpool has. They have like 6 or 7 players that can play in that front line. Sometimes they don't even know who's better than who.
Watch Brexit TV right now.
I'm Mikel. Keep watching Transit TV.
To be honest, I have been thoroughly surprised and overwhelmed by the amount of support that Arteta and these boys have received from Arsenal fans. I didn't expect it. Apart from the very minute population out there, most of the contents I've seen online, both on Facebook, Instagram, on YouTube, majority of Arsenal fans have all.
I'm saying it now. The reason that we're here, Champions League semi-final, is because of him.
That's a big big statement because
it's because of him. Because when he took over, he was going nowhere. But
I've been supportive of Arteta. They have all collectively said, "This guy, we know where you brought us from. We know where we were. We know where you have taken us to, and we know what you can do. And you have not disgraced us. Yes, we didn't win the trophy this time, but it wasn't because their team was weak or not properly set up or we lacked quality. We know that majority of the reason is because the squad was not as buoyant as other competitors. So that has really overwhelmed me, and I would say massive thank you and kudos to Arsenal fans for coming out in mass at different platforms to give this team and Arteta the support they need, and putting pressure on the board to take over from here. And because, to be honest with you personally, people, like you always say, people can say what they want to say, bring out stars and whatever they want to say, but if you are
rivals are going to say what they wanted to say, what the papers are going to have to put as the headlines to sell, that's great. But I'm sure once they strip it all back and they calm down, you can clearly see there's progress.
An Arsenal fan, a true Arsenal fan, you've been an Arsenal fan for at least 15 years, you will know that Arteta is a no joke. You will know the volume of job that he has done, and know that it's only a matter of time that for this team to win a trophy if the board will do what they need to do. So yeah, I don't know if you saw that yourself. Usually when Arsenal loses a game, I don't usually go too much into the internet to look at people because you hear all kinds of. But in this one, I have done that, and I'll tell you, I'm massively encouraged with the kind of support the Arsenal fans have shown this team and the manager.
Yes. You're right. There's been a lot of support for them, and rightly so. I think they deserve it. I think the team has played really well. I think the manager has done really well. But there are shortcomings. There were shortcomings.
For sure.
Easily, I could say, of course, injuries played a big part. But I think it's time for the manager and the club to really decide what they want. Do they want to get over that line? You see, the club has now built a reputation for being nearly there. You don't want that to stick to you. Being nearly there every year and saying the next year, right? So next year they need to get rid of that tag as soon as possible. And for them to do that will involve. It's clear we cannot. Next year we're going to be faced with the same referees that made these decisions this year and made the ones they made last year. So if there's a way to kind of make allowance for what the referees will do to us, I can tell you they will do the same things that they've done before to us. It will now be a case of let the referee deny you 1 or 2 goals, then you score 3 or 4. So that when they deny 1 or 2, you have two more to bank on, right? And so it will be against all odds. So you have to prepare yourself for it. First of all, There are some personnel changes that I would like to be made. The only thing I would want the manager to do in terms of his management would be to, you mentioned it in the game, he has the tendency to become so rigid and so bent on his way that freedom is taken away from the team, especially the attacking phase, right? So, but the thing with that is, it depends on the quality of the players you have up front. There's a level of quality you will have, right? And when it matters most, they will draw. They will draw on their quality. Yeah, and they will fling aside all your instructions, right? This happened, an example is the first leg, where Declan Rice, he was instructed to cross the ball. Because he had the quality, and because he had the confidence to try to bend it around the wall to score himself, he did it. Because if he didn't have the quality, no chance.
He
would obey instruction.
He obey the instruction.
Yeah. So I look at the team that we played against. I look at Bakola. That's not even starting. He will start in some games, but with a complete squad, he wasn't starting. Look at the quality of that player. Look at the quality of Desire Doué. Look at the quality of Dembele. Look at the quality of Kava. These are the guys that you're facing. And you add to the quality of the coach that tells them, hey, I'll set you up. But in certain situations, there was a ball that they gave Bakola. The way that the way that he sold Lewis Kelly, it sent him to Eastern Europe with a little strike of the leg like this. Lewis Kelly flew. He had a clear chance to put the ball in the net. If not that, Declan Rice came from nowhere and kind of put him off a little bit, and then he scuffed the shot. So that's just quality, effortless quality that you have. And so Arsenal have to get into the market or get into the academy and bring proper game changers. I mean, proper technically skilled players. Yeah? You see, if Arteta starts Gabriel Martinelli, yeah, as a starter forward next season, I'll know he's not serious. I've seen body of work already. I've seen what Martinelli can do. I've seen what he can do over 3-4 seasons. Good player, serviceable player, useful player, but this guy is not going to win you the league. He's not going to score the goal, even on a good time, even in a good season. He can, man, I was so frustrated yesterday. I mean, looking at our team now, there are guys that we need to either sit down or make them squad players and find better guys that will deliver for the team, especially in the forward line. I think our defense is set, right? If they decide to bring in a defender, that's fine by me, but defense is set. Just keep most of them. Tierney, of course, we know is leaving. Zinchenko, I would say keep him if there are no major offers for him, but Martinelli shouldn't be a starter for us now moving forward. If we want to dominate and win championships and win cups, right? So Saka, good. Odegaard, I'm good with him, but he needs someone to rival him. Saka as well needs someone to rival him. And then we need proper forwards. So when you have and again, when I compare to what other teams have in the forward lines, we are way behind, man. We need to step it up. And I know we will. I believe we will. So,
where I differ with you a little bit is in terms of, I think the major problem Arsenal has is the numbers. Because somebody like Bakola, like what you say, technically gifted, but you saw he had so many chances yesterday, not full half chances. He couldn't even hit the ball on target. And that's what you get from them, because they can dribble, they can unseat a defender. But that killer instinct, they don't have it too. But what is making up for them is the team is not relying on them, like you said. Someone like Martinelli now is a he's a good player. But like you said, we can't be relying on that kind of player week in, week out. Because you realize sometimes when they bench him for a few weeks, he comes back better. Teams like Liverpool that won the league, the players they have in front, apart from Salah, they're not above what we have. But the thing is that they have 6 in that position. So the coach keeps them fresh by using all 6 in every game. Most times he changes them. So they are fresh. They have competition. So Arsenal needs to, like you said, upgrade on Martinelli. But that doesn't mean Martinelli is bad. It's just that every week he's playing. Every week he's playing. So
that's a fair point.
Yeah, so he kind of believes that knows that he's going to play regardless of what happens. He doesn't start to enter. But if you have another Martinelli, for instance, that even if he's at the same level or slightly better than him, then they will push each other, and there's no way they will be exactly the same kind of players. Then everybody will not be fighting for their position. In the striking position, we need a proper striker. Odegaard has the technical ability. He just needs to improve on his shooting. I just wish that strike he took yesterday was in the first leg. That will remind him that he can actually do that. Because he doesn't do it often. And he gets himself in those positions. Even yesterday, there was one that he dragged the entire defense line all across the 18-yard box. And the chance was just for you to just shoot. Saka always said that he was told when he was in the academy as a 9-year-old, if you don't shoot, you don't score. It could be deflation, it could be anything. So yeah, Arsenal needs to, like you said, the club need to evaluate. Thank God they've gone the right way by getting better, who I believe has a winner mentality. So he's going to sit down at Arteta this summer and they're going to come up with something. But what I don't want Arsenal to do is to say, come this summer, Martinelli is gone, Trossard is gone, you go and sign 3 more players. That doesn't take us anywhere. We need the numbers. What has happened this season has shown that you need a lot of players, a lot of options, because there are too many games to be played. You're playing Carling Cup, because right now Arsenal has to win a trophy next season. So Carling Cup is not going to be where you say you're going to play academic players or your team B. You have to go full throttle in almost every match you're going into to give you, to build, because that was what helped us 3 seasons ago. Build that gap, and that's what helped Liverpool this season. They were winning very early in the season and created that gap. So you can't say let's just start. No, from the first blast, just go for it. So they have to have those numbers. Like you mentioned, people like Zinchenko, they don't have to go. If it means incurring additional wages just for this season, and just give it a go, like you mentioned. If you want to win, just for this season, sacrifice those finances. You don't have to. If you're supposed to make 20 million, cut it down to 15 million or 10 million. Just use that 10 million. Like we're going to use this extra to try to win something this season, and that's what all Arsenal need. So they really need to. Arteta has shown that he can be at this level. Even when that we respect so much as Arsenal fans. At some point at this level, we know how it used to be us. You go to Bayern Munich, they give you 5-2, you come back. Sometimes you go to what's this team? These teams in Ukraine. They will punish us and we'll come back and we'll give excuses. So for that to go toe to toe with Enrique, clean out Real Madrid and did what he did, came third in the whole of Europe in the group stage. I mean, I don't think anybody should be asking questions about him. That doesn't mean he's perfect, and no coach is. Yesterday, Enrique, as good as he was hanging by the thread. If we had executed our chances or our effort differently, or maybe somehow the Donnarumma had a bad day yesterday, I'm sure by now we're talking about Arsenal in the finals. We're talking about Enrique and his coaching. So sometimes you do your job as a coach, but it depends now on the quality of players you have on the show. If they don't execute, it doesn't do you any good as a coach. So yeah, for me, like I said, I'm very, very happy that the Arsenal fans. I know your friend in the judges on AFTV. I was surprised when I watched his video this afternoon. He was of solid praise for Arteta and the boy. That it's not his fault. Yeah, in fact, in his words, he said that Arteta is the reason why we are here. We are where we are now. He looked at it that Arteta is the only reason why Arsenal is in Paris, playing semi-final of Champions League. So nobody should mention the guy's name. That the rest that is left now is for the board to do what they have to do and bolster that squad. I don't know, before us to round up this one, do you have any names that you think Arsenal should go for this summer?
No, I'm gonna do some research and I'll get back to you on it. But off the top of my head, I hear Rodrigo may be available. He will be an upgrade for us in the forward line. I think he's a super player. Him thinking of Leo in AC Milan is also, though I question his mentality to an extent, but he's a wonderful winger, wonderful player. So guys like that. If Liverpool are looking to get rid of Jota, I'll take Jota any day. Those are high impact players that when they come up from your bench, create chances, they put the ball in the net. So
another player I would love to look at is Semir. This guy at is he Beaumont?
Semenyo.
Because of his EPL experience, because those are players that you can start on an FA Cup match. You wouldn't think that there's a downgrade, or like you said, impact player. You can even start a game for the guy is good. So if you have somebody like that, have Martinelli, both of them dragging that position, then like you said, Rodrigo can play from right side if Saka is not available, or even play in 10 position for you if you want to drop Odegaard. It doesn't reduce anything. Then people like Waneri can now be coming in for Carling Cup and Epic Cup and develop for.
I heard something about Saudi Arabia wanting to take Trossard and Trossard being open to it. I mean, if that happens, I will definitely go get Lookman from Atalanta, Nigerian player, excellent forward. That kind of person can replace Trossard if he leaves. So
no, it's not for Trossard. If you don't think it does Martinelli, you can replace Trossard and do Martinelli on the bench.
Yes.
Or even this somewhere. There are players out there, but for me, Arsenal need to sign at least 3 or 4 players this summer. Front players, give that are options. Let there be options. That's the only reason why Liverpool won the league this season. Because
I'll say minimum of 4. Minimum.
Yeah, 4. That's what I'm saying. I said at least 4. For one proper striker that either him or Kai Havertz starts off from. All this time you bring Kai Havertz to come and play in the middle sometime. No. If you want to play him, just keep him there as let him and the striker be for that position. If he's not playing, the Saka is playing. In the midfield on the 8 left, 8, you have the Rice and Merino. Both of them, the Rice should be playing all the games. He plays 65 minutes, you bring Merino. Another game, the time Merino, you just the Rice. But these players will be fresh. Then on the left, you have Martinelli and whoever you sign, Semenyo or Lookman. If this one is not playing, the other one is playing. Then on the right, you have Rodrigo, you have Saka. That's how it's supposed to be. Then the young boys like Waneri and the other ones coming up, or can now be there in case there is injury. They still have to play Jesus, to play for either of them. Just have those options. That's what Liverpool has. They have like 6 or 7 players that can play in that front line. Sometimes they don't even know who started and who came from the bench, because you see on the surface every time, and they all kept fresh throughout the season. So that's how I think the team should go. Defensively, try to get Saliba to sign a contract and shut that noise, letting focus and play for Arsenal, because he lost concentration the last few weeks. Another player, I don't know, Kivio has done well, and I know the experience of the last 4 weeks will do him good, going forward. If they decide to keep him, fine. But if he's leaving, get somebody to replace him and get this squad ready. I don't want 2 weeks to end the start of the season. We are still waiting for if something happens, comes up, we'll take it. No, go before the season ends now. Map your transfer targets. Start working on them. Once the transfer window opens, get half of them in and ready for preseason, and we'll go from there. Yeah, guys, don't forget to let us know what you think, and most especially, who will be your target? Who are the players you think Arsenal should sign? And are you in support of the fans getting behind Arteta and his boys, supporting them and being happy with how they performed in this Champions League. Let us know what you think in the comment section. And my brother, I will see you again on Saturday. We'll have our game. I will have to win that trophy against you guys. I hope you're ready.
yeah. Looking forward to it. You punished us last Saturday, but we'll have a revenge lined up for you this Saturday.
Yeah, I can have us now. Scoring three goals in 2 games with 1 assist.
Three
So we have to win
goals,
that cup. I have to win that cup because it's been a long time coming for you guys. You guys have been showing us pepper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for coming on the show as usual. I will see you guys again. Ciao.
All right, man.